Hey guys, it's Leah Applegarth. Today we're going to chat about slopes of parallel and perpendicular lines. Okay, so please take note. Slopes of parallel lines in a coordinate plane, two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. Any two vertical lines automatically make them parallel. So they have the same slope. And then perpendicular lines. Two non-vertical lines are perpendicular if and only if the product of their slopes is -1. Another way to say that is the slopes are opposite reciprocals. All right, so let's take a look at that in these problems here. So we're going to find the slope of each line. I'm going to color coordinate them. I'm going to call this A, this one B, and this one C. So line A, we need to find the slope. So what we want to do is make sure we, let's go ahead and do it algebraically to give us some practice. So it is 0 minus 5 over -4 minus -6. -5 over -4 plus 6 is 2. Okay, so let's find line B and see how it compares. So line B's here, it is x1, y1, x2, y2. So we got 1 minus 6 over 0 minus -2. So it is -5 over 2. Yay, those are the same. Okay, one more. We're going to look at C. And it is x1, y1, x2, y2. So he is 0 minus 6 over 2 minus 0. Which is -6 over 2. It's -3. Okay, which lines are parallel? Well, we can see, because the slopes are the same, that line A is parallel to line B. I just wrote B because I was saying it. Don't fall into that trap, guys. Okay. Yay. Next one. Line N has equation y equals -1/3 x minus 1. Line M passes through point 3, 2 and is parallel to N. Write the equation of line M. So remember, y equals the slope times x plus b. If I write that on top of here, y equals mx plus b, we can see that the m is equal to -1/3. So we are going to find the b for our line by plugging in 3 for x, 2 for y, -1/3 for m. So it's going to be, so instead of y equals mx plus b, we're going to have 2 equals -1/3 times 3 plus b. So we're solving for b so we can know what our equation is. Okay, so here's our equation. So we have a slope of -1, a y-intercept of 3. So y equals -1/3 x plus b of 3. Okay. Given the points 2, 3, given the points 3, 2, and b being 7, 6, find the equation of the perpendicular bisector in slope-intercept form. Woohoo! Okay. So we know that we can find the slope between A and B. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to call it slope AB. And you know what? I feel like we would benefit from a little picture, because sometimes when you have the multi-steps, it's easier to have a little picture. 1, 2, 6. So A is 3, 2, and B is 7, 6. We want to find the perpendicular bisector. So it's going to be 90 degrees, and it's going to cut AB in half. It's going to be right in the middle. Okay, so the first thing, let's find the slope of our line. So we can do that because it is the negative reciprocal to AB. So let's find the slope of AB. So it's going to be 6 minus 2 over 7 minus 3. 4 over 4, or 1. So we want to think of 1. If we get a whole number, we want to think of it in terms of like over 1. And then so what we're going to do is we're going to flip it and make it negative. So the perpendicular slope is the negative reciprocal. So it's negative 1 over 1, which is just negative 1. Okay, so now we have to find what point is halfway between A and B. Well, we've done the midpoint before. The midpoint is when we add the x's and divide by 2, comma, add the y's and divide by 2. So the midpoint is at 10 over 2 and 8 over 2, or 5, comma, 4. So we can actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have a line that has a slope of negative 1, and it goes through 5, 4. So we are going to go ahead and find the y-intercept by using y equals mx plus b. M is negative 1, x is 5, 4 is y. So it's 4 equals negative 1 times 5 plus b. 4 equals negative 5 plus b. Add 5 to both sides. B is equal to 9. What? Niner. Okay, so the equation of the line is y equals slope times x plus 9. If you add in the 1 right here, so it's negative 1x, that's fine. Just when we only have 1x, we usually don't write the number 1. Awesome, and that's it for our lesson today.